So you want to set up your business to-do list for your business development and your business presentation? Take a listen. What's good? What's good? This is War, Art of War Media, Beats by War. You know how we're doing it. Here to talk about the best thing, your business presentation, your ability to show who you are to the clients, the customers, the network that you're trying to build. First thing I always say, consecutive appearance. Appearance that every time someone goes to one of your social media pages, whichever one you're using or all of them, they know that they're gonna find you at this location because this is your image. Whether it's a picture, and right now, as pictures go in concern, is like if you're building your own personal brand, it's always best to have your own picture of your own face. You can have your logo inside of it. You know, working with a good designer could design you a good picture just for that social media presence. So, you know, you could have that logo in there if you have a logo already. The best thing now is to get the best picture you can possibly on your avatar so people can see who you are. And once you got all that stuff situated, your IG, your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, whatever platform you're using to promote and market yourself or your product or your brand, you want to make sure that each one of them have the same picture or something similar, so when people see you, they're going to recognize that this is your brand, this is your product, this is your service, this is you. People don't like to have to jump around and try to find you in multiple different avenues. So when they pull up your name, when they type Art of War Media, all they want to do is see Art of War Media. They don't want to see a whole bunch of other pictures of your family and so forth, so on. They want to see Art of War Media. They want to see your brand. When you start to design and start to upload all the pictures and all the things that you need to do for your social media accounts, make sure that each image has something to do with your brand or your product or your service. Make sure that all that stuff is consecutive, because what's happening is that if you put in a whole bunch of confusion, you make people confused. So what you don't want to do is have a whole bunch of other stuff that's not pertaining to your brand. Now, if it's a personal brand, you know, you're gonna have to show your own personality, your own intention, and your livelihood, your living. People want to see all that, and it's also consecutive behind your own brand. But just try to make sure you limit those personal experiences to things that pertain to your brand. You know, if you're like, I'm a beat maker, so a lot of this stuff I'm gonna do on my Beats by War IG page is gonna be not only just dropping beats, but showing people how I make beats, or giving producer advice, or giving artist advice, so they can get inside of that IG and understand that when I go to see Beats by War on IG, I get to hear beats, I get to hear advice, recording advice, producer advice. I get to hear these things because it's part of my brand. So, you know, just try to make sure you have a template of the things that you do release on your social media page. And that's just gonna help you work on your consecutive experience. It's gonna help you look consistent, and it's gonna help your customers follow you consistently. So, you know, especially when you're working off like organic reach. Organic reach is always, I wanna get to know you. When you're working your organic followers, there's certain things that you want to give them, you know what I'm saying? So you just want to make sure you kind of keep that inside of the template of your brand. Second thing you might want to think about, an accurate description of your brand, product, or service. An accurate description of your brand, product, and service is probably the most important part of this, because what's happening is that when people come to your page or come to your social media, they want to know who and what you're about. So once they start reading your descriptions, they start reading your bios and all the things that you have going on, hopefully within the first 5 minutes of them being on your page, or the first minute of them being on the page, that they already got a grasp of who you are, what you do, and where you're coming from, and what kind of stuff you're presenting. Having an accurate description of your business is vital, very vital. And another thing, the third thing I would suggest, proper contact information. Just alongside of your brand name, your company name, have an email that has your company or brand or personal name in it that matches the concept of your page or the concept of your company. If I have a brand called Beats by War, you want to get in contact with me at beatsbywar@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that your personal brand is seen through your email or your contact information. phone numbers. You know, if you have a phone, a direct line, make sure that's there so people know that they can contact you directly. You know, take it that nowadays we're not really phone savvy. A lot of people are more tech savvy. So if they have a text line, if it's a text line just used for text, say it's a text line. Look, you can text me directly here. You know, you can contact me directly here. There's a lot of free things that you can find on the internet. Linktree is probably one of the things that I'm utilizing to keep people informed on my social media links. And not only my social media links, my email, my website, so forth, so on. So when people click on my Linktree, they have a list of all the ways you can get in contact with me. And there should be, like when people leave your page, there should be no reason for them not to know how to contact you. That should be like the first thing that they get, like once again, within the first minute. You know, our attention spans only last for a minute. Most people's attention span only lasts for a minute on social media. So as soon as you hit it, as soon as they hit your page, you want to make sure that you give them the vital information. You give them the image of you, once again, going back to the first one, a consecutive or consistent appearance throughout all your pages. Then you get a clear, accurate description of who you are. And then you give clear, accurate descriptions or ways to get in contact with you. And that will work so perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? Just that basic set will be one of the main three things that you can do to make sure you get as much contact and as much reach as you can. Now, there's other things that will enhance that thing, but those are the basics. These are the basics. This is the basic homework. All this stuff is free too. You know, I think Linktree charges like $9.99 a month if you want to have the full service of it. But you can go ahead and get your link set up for free. That's a free service for them. Yeah, that's a free service for them. So, you know, utilize it. And not only that, there's so many things that you could do online to help you generate the outcome you want for your business. So working those angles, doing your homework. Once again, it's always doing the work that I always speak of, because a lot of the times it's like everybody's waiting for something to happen and they want to see some kind of result, but they're not willing to do the work. There's a lot of hard work that goes on in the beginning of your brand, period. Do the work. Do the work so to the point where you don't have to deal with it, and then by that time you'll be in a place where you're working smarter, not harder. You're gonna work hard in the beginning, and then at the end, you're gonna be working less. That's really what we wanna do, is not put too much effort into it, but we want to put our heart into it. So, and with that, you know, you wanna make sure that you do your homework now and get everything that you can gather through the brand and services that you need to go from there. And the last thing I wanna advise you to do is make sure that you present value. You want to present value to your followers, your prospective clients, your prospective customers. You want to provide value. If you're doing fitness awareness, make sure that when they go on your page, they see that you came from this to that. You've worked hard to develop your body, develop your eating, develop your mind, so you can become healthy and fit. Let them know that within the first couple scrolls of them going through your timeline, that they recognize that you went through a whole process of transformation to get to this point. And then let them know that, yo, look, I got a service that I can help you with. So you want to provide that value, you know what I'm saying? Especially like with production, with music in general. In general, music, not just as a producer, but as an artist. When a fan or a follower comes to listen to your music, they want to know what kind of music you do. So when they get on the page, they want to see what's going on. Like, what are the things they're doing? What's the music? You know, there's been plenty of times as a producer, when I'm looking for an artist, that I get on the artist's page and I still can't find any music. I can't even hear a clip of their music. They have a whole bunch of videos of them doing things, which is awesome. That's a good thing to have on the page, but where's the music? I need to hear your music. You know, if I can't hear your music, I'm not putting two together. I'm just seeing you do things. If you're going to the club or doing a show, and those are great things to have on the page. Those are all part of the plan, but you want to make sure that they can hear your music, or you want to make sure that they have the ability to see the value that you bring to them. And if they like what they see, they're gonna click follow. They're gonna click subscribe. They're gonna comment. They're gonna like, because they see value inside of what you're presenting. So value is important, and just that step. And these are just basic steps. And I'm building my organic following. These are the things that are working for me. So I just wanted to share those with you. I want to give you some of the tricks and tips that I'm doing to build my organic following. So, you know, I know value is very important. So to recap, You need consecutive or consistent appearance. You need an accurate description of your product, service, or brand. You need proper contact information, and you definitely have to provide value. Art of War Media, Beats by War. Wait for the next video. We're gonna get into some more detailed stuff that you guys can use, and hopefully I'm helping you, because as I'm growing, I want to share the experiences that I'm having. So Art of War Media, Beats by War. We're turning your visions into reality. Peace.
Whoa.